Hello, my dudes. Hey, Fireline, what's up, man? Welcome to stream. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the damn stream. How you guys doing? Welcome back. We're chilling. We're snooping. We're scooting. We're doing all the good shit. Drink State Energy. Do it. Don't spill it like I just did. Motherfucker. We need something. We need music. Does this work like it's supposed to? It does, but we'll see for how long. All right, Sprite's not too bad either. Fair enough. Bomb, 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 bomb. So, I don't know if I should just hub right out into some Greystone Warfare, or if I should do something. I had an idea that I... Oh, right. Ooh. I know what to do. Task. Switch to Greystone Warfare. All right. I want to check. It's no secret I want to keep working on Element-1. I think everybody knows that. But I want to see, because like I want to make a task form and then create... Yeah, I know how to do it. Okay, create channel forum tasks. Right? Let me think. Oh, nobody's online either. Damn. Tasks. Maybe call it tasking. Maybe that's the move. Tasking. Saga! Hi, Saga! What's up, dude? Hvad savner dig? Vi ses på lørdag. Det glæder jeg mig. Jeg glæder mig. Maybe not call it tasking, but instead call it tasks. Or even better, guides. But they're tasks. Maybe tasks is the move. Wait, really, Suck? Oh no. I was just saying I love you and I miss you. My beloved little brother. You wanna join my call and we can sit and talk on stream? Saga? Hey, Dano.
So my guy, how all today? Hope everything is going well, my guy.
It never gets old, the Kanye one. Pretty good, Dano. Oh, you're playing with a friend right now? What are you guys playing? What are you guys playing? Dano, come on, man. Get this game, bro. Handshake, Gunny, Lab Rat, Artisan, Turncoat, Banshee. Okay, so we got... Great tag. Road to Grambies on Roblox? I don't know what that is. Is it fun? Lab Rat. Yee. Nice, dude. RT San. Now your cursor disappeared. Saka, I hope your computer is doing okay. Like, if your computer needs a new wait, what's going on, Saga? Is your computer okay? Cursor's in the middle. What do you mean it's like, and it's legit not there? Oh, you're tapped into your game. That's why. Yeah, no, it's not Roblox glitching. It's Roblox centering your cursor to your game. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no problem, Saga. I miss you, brother. I miss you so much. You have no idea. I miss Anna. I miss everybody so much. I miss you guys. So much. All right, have a good one, Saga. Also, yeah, boys, I am in game, but I am currently like working on something I think would be really cool. Mapes, what's up? Tonight's final Jeopardy category is blank. Is Gus, the palsy cat. Aw, that's not fun. Cerebral palsy? So I'll show you guys what I'm working on, right? I'm gonna go hell dive, Foxtrot 8 out. All right, have a good one, Fireline. This is what I'm working on. And then, okay, yeah, this is sick. And then I would create a separate role, because we got verified trader, and then I'd call it Master Tasker. Is that it? What do I call the role? Like the dude that literally creates the guides for tasks. Master. Fuck. What's a good name here? drink state energy. Master Tasker. Or maybe just verified Tasker. No, because I... we got these two. Oh no. Oh no. Nah, it's not even in here anymore. Where did I put it? Onboarding. It's right here. Thank God. Okay, sweet. Master Tasker. Or Guide Master. And then he'd have some type of logo like this. But for that to work, I'd have to go to... see what we got. Sorry if today is a little boring, boys. Yeah, because it would have to be... This one's not bad. Definitely Guide Master for sure. So we got Verified Trader, Guide Master. Yeah. What the fuck did Sherpa mean, by the way? Sherpa. That's really cool. What the fuck? But I think Guide Master is fine. Doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Yeah, a guide. But he's a guide to help you conquer a mountain. That's why I was like, that's pretty cool, you know, because like this, most of the things that you do on here is like, you know, climbing a fucking mountain. So that's why it's a cool reference, right? Dano, I'm gonna bully you into playing the game so you can play with me. It'd be so much fun to play with you and Fuzz. I might just get it for you and be like, fuck you, bitch. Game. I don't know. I hate to have to do this every fucking time I want to drag in an SVG. It fucking sucks, mate. It fucking sucks. Because that's kind of a problem here. But if I just do... What? Oh. Thank you, sir. Boop. Maybe I should, like... Alright, that's good to know. Why is it doing that? What the fuck? Okay. What the fuck? Huh. Oh well. Mm. Maybe that was very unnecessary, but you never know, man. So put that there, then we do this, then we grab that, then we do this, then we do that, then we do this, then we do that. Hello, boom, boom. Then we grab this and we give it pretty much the same color as this. Boop. And then we figure out what color you need to be. Because we already got the blue boy. Maybe if I just do this. And I do this, but then I choose a completely different. Oh. Red's kind of cool. This type of red. Maybe that's the move. 512, export, find Element-1. What then we call this main. We call this guide master. Right. I'm still here. Oh. Yeah, sure. Next. And Guide Master. I don't know. You got transaction complete, verified trader, Guide Master. I don't know. I'm gonna try this one real fast. What the fuck? I was. Oh, my cursor. I don't know what it's doing. So this just goes straight in the middle. That's pretty straightforward. Right. These two needs to be a smart object. Then we have this. Shit. That's the middle? Wait, that's the middle? Ain't no way that's the middle. Fuck, I guess that is the middle. Damn. I feel like I need to, yeah, barter. So we got barter in here. Maybe it's the color that I'm not satisfied with. Fuck yeah, Mapes. I'm glad to hear it. Let me know if you want a game, man, because I'm definitely going to game today, for one. Guide Master. Also, I don't know why all of these are so, like, capitalized. I should make this much easier on myself. Oh, thank God I was just muted. Okay. Yep. Yeah. We're good. Right? You can hear me, right? We're back with your mic. It's watching myself here but be like, fucking shit. Okay, I think we're good. That's annoying. Fuck my life, dude. Okay, but we're good. I'm still here. Oh, I'm still in here. Hello. Oh. Hey, man, what's up? What's up, dude? What's up, dude? Hey, dude, you look pretty confused. Are you good? What's up, brother? Hell yeah, brother. He was like, the fuck? I hit the wrong button just now. Yup. Desktop. There we go. That's much better. I should make rolls for all of this like I did in the past. Oh man. But Guide Master, do we like this? Is that okay? Like, do we fuck with that? The Guide Master icon thing? Like, why would he be red? Of all things. Right. Yo, no way. Ain't no fucking way. It's just a friend of mine. Wall of shame. That's fucking funny, dude. It's just a friend of mine and his post-processing filters. It's really funny. He keeps putting people to shame, and it's beautiful. Join Element-1. That looks awesome. Much better than the other one. I am confused. Might jump on GCW for a bit here soon. I'm mostly just waiting to see if a buddy of mine is off work off today. Been playing modded Minecraft with him. Oh, nice. That's sick. Modded Minecraft. Yeah, fuck right, man. Right, so... yeah. Good shit, dude. What's up, brother? Guide Master. Can only be... word I'm looking for here. What is that? Knowledgeable. something like that, I guess. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good, just chilling. Yeah, I doubt I'm doing anything people might find interesting at the moment, but, you know, we're balling. Shit's cool. Let's say I grab the first... Which task is the first task ever in, It's... Yeah, meds wanted, cash retrieval. Oh, I've lost and found, I think. Okay, so these three have to be the first three, right? I hear buzzards flying around. Yeah. No. So I wonder if this is updated. Yeah, well, are you sure? Because I think we get 2. Wait, maybe you're right. Oh, Rat's Nest. No, that's not the one. Is it Restoring Order? There's no way that's the first mission. Yeah, wait, I don't think you get Restoring Order as the first mission. I do genuinely think it's Meds Wanted, Cash Retrieval, and Leave No Man Behind. I think those are the first 3. And then you get Lost and Found, Medical Detective, and then you get, I think, Rat's Nest. And not Restoring Order. Or maybe you do get... I don't know. I feel like I just did these with a friend of mine the other day that I was introducing to the game. But I do think these are the first 3. Regardless, I know that... Meds Wanted is definitely one of the first. So, task. We're gonna... This is... I'm trying to figure out the formatting for the tasks, right? So if I go to tasks... And I, let's say I do, this is a, what is it? It's a lab rat mission, right? So lab rat, meds, wanted. And then I also do bomb, 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 meds wanted. And then we do like, how did I do it in the others? Hey, Jordan, what's up, man? I should make, like they do here, right? I mean, you only focus on Mithras, so... We chillin'. I'm chillin' too. I'm just chillin'. Yeah. So... First recon. Why isn't it here? Yeah, I don't see it here. It's not here. Why would it be this high up? Now I'm doing Ban Posh shit. Thank you. Oh, Jordan, sorry. One sec. There we go. It goes out of order after a while. Okay. First recon. It's not here, man. It's not here. I feel like Helping Hand might have been the third mission you get in the start. Oh well, let's want it. No, let's make it like a task. And then we do boom. And then it is. That's a good song. Oh shit. I like it. I wonder if I can just do this. Oh my god, I can. Three. Pretty sure that would be it, right? And then I could probably do like a nice little tune in it. The highlighted, the building highlighted with red is the location of the medical supplies needed to retrieve from that's wanted. That looks cool. All right. I might actually do this for every fucking task there is. Fuck my life. I'm willing, dude, and I might actually do it for real, dude. Like all the way. Like, oh my gosh. Should probably do something like. Yeah, that's better. Have fun. There's, I mean, yeah, including the hidden ones. I think the hidden ones I wouldn't even list. I think I'd just like, you know, have people figure it out. Like, because they'd actually have to play with people to figure those out. That'd be cooler if we did it that way. Let me just quit that down. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like I could get through this pretty quick. Next up is cash retrieval. Yeah, fuck the rewards don't matter, I think. Yeah, cuz we got required items. Yeah, objectives. Because I feel like I should stick to this task. Boom. And then do this. And do this. And then have sup things here. And this was for Gunny. And then we'd have like an overall picture. Okay. That would be... Can I just do that? Oh, no. I'm misspelling things now. Maybe if instead... And then I do... Maybe even do this. The thing is, I'm trying to work out like a template to make it really easy to just fill it out and go to the next one. Fill it out, go to the next one. Fill it out, go to the next one. But right now, I'm not too sure how to go about it. Find and mark the cache in one of the towns. Should really be called. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, sure. Genuinely don't like this song. Fucking next. Who queued this? Was that you, Jordan? That was so fucking bad. The buildings highlighted with red is the location of... Getting a feel for what you're in the mood for? Yeah, I see. Keep trying. The past song was really good. The buildings highlighted with red are the locations of the caches in need of marking. Oh. That shouldn't have happened. Like, that did as not have happened. Huh? I rejected one of them, so you get to keep your points, Jordan. Yeah, it's weird. Oh, whoops. Thank you. I'm being a slow typer right now. Can be finding your messages. Be sure to have them in your inventory. Yeah, period. Find and mark the cache in one of the Nam Tavern's warehouses. And lumberyard. Acquired items. Looks really cool. Like, I like this idea. I think it's really dope. But I'm afraid it's gonna... Like, that it's hard to keep, like, a... So people can't create posts, but they should be able to send messages in posts, as well as attach files, but not reactions. Because then we have the guide master, and he should be able to create posts, as well as add reactions. And I guess you might as well call me a guide master. What the fuck? Congratulations! I don't know if you guys have seen this, by the way, but you can check out the different things now in the server. So when you go to server guide at the top left corner, you can go check out like what roles and what they do, blah blah blah. You can also go check out. Wait, how the? That's not management at all. What? Yeah, rules, lore. It's all here. But what's really cool is when you first join. So if I just preview this real fast, first of all, you got this cool scene here when you're joining and you're asked, you know, what's your primary unit role? I should probably change this to like, what role are you applying for in Element-1 or something, right? I want to be a breacher. Okay, next. Which region do you reside in? I don't know why I keep wanting to say Europa. It makes no sense. What role are you in Battlefield? Oh, you mean like that? No, so I'm going to explain to you why I want to change it. So read this, right? I'm Beef, right? That's my call sign in Element-1. So Element-1 is supposed to be just like 4 dudes. It's 4 dudes, right? They hunt, they kill, they disappear. Too effective to discharge, too unstable to deploy conventionally. That's Element-1. We're just 4 guys, right? So it doesn't matter how many people joins the server. It's still just 4 guys, and you're one of those 4 guys. You're one of these 4. Sure, you could all be medics. That's all good. You know, you could have a team where you're just 4 medics. That's fine too. But this is the idea, right? You're beekeepers. Oh man, that movie's sick. But so here it says, oh, so now we're 4. Your name is, and then your name, right? Once we leave this FOB, there's no contact to Mithras. Or, oh, no close air support or nothing. Except for when we exfil. As we have Raven on standby. Like the actual chopper that flies around and picks us up. There's no team lead. We're expected to figure it out. So I hope you're not a total fucking jackass. Come meet the team. Like, how cool is that, bro? It's so sick. And then looking to sell, buy, or trade something. Boom. Barter. Here you go. Keys for free. The sword, right? Little, I even did all this. Where you have a barter template. So you just copy this thing and then you click here and you, boom. Come up with a cool title. Blah, blah, blah. All right, boys. 2 minutes in and out. No Russia. You alright? Yeah, mate. All right, boys. I love this. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, and what each thing does and all that, blah blah blah. Yeah. Huh? What the fuck? Hello? Oh, Cristiano. Hey, man.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just meeting up with my team there at Fort Nari.
Wait, why does it say MFG in your name?
Yeah. My team also does have the same name.
Oh wait, your team has MFG in it? That's crazy. Okay.
We just have our name after it.
Oh shit, that's pretty cool. Are you live? Are you streaming right now?
Yeah, I'm live.
Oh, me too. I'm live too.
Nice. Hi, followers from Baseball. How are you doing?
Hey man, what's up though? You said your team were doing what?
Yeah, I don't know. Did I spoke in game?
You're talking a game, yeah.
All right. I thought I forgot to press the button.
No, you're fine. But yeah, your team are going somewhere?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm looking.
Oh, I think your mic is cutting out.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
no.
you gotta just wait a little bit until you get your 15 seconds back. Yeah. I'm gonna wait for you.
All right.
Did you
What will you do?
I'm working on my Discord. I made a Discord specifically for Greystone Warfare.
Oh, nice. That's a good idea.
Wait, you're in Mithras. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I was always Mithras.
Let me send you a message. Hold up.
Sure.
You should join that when you get the chance to do so. I haven't made it fully public yet, but I hope that maybe one of the big guys from Greystone Warfare might share it in the official Discord.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
If you need any help or something like that, just send me a message.
I think I have that covered with the people that helps me.
All right.
But I appreciate it.
Have a good stream and have fun,
You too.
man.
Have a good one, brother. That dude is such a special guy. Hello, brother. Hello there. I'm not your brother. I'm your brother. We're both from Mithras. We're brothers. Wait, really? Okay, wait. I don't know where he's from, but if he's Portuguese, that's gonna be hilarious. Wait. He is? Ruin his day? Wait. What do you mean? Wait, no, wait. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Chad told me to tell it. To write it. What does it mean, bro? What the fuck does it mean? What does that mean? Oh, it's a Portuguese bakery delicacy? Okay, thank God. Ah. Cream, I guess? Ah, I see now. But the name is lying? Oh, I see. Hey, hello. I love talking to people. So much fun. Ooh. Oh, Wumble! That looks crazy, bro! That looks so cool. Nobody can see what I'm looking at, but look at this, boys. Phew! Dead. That's cool, dude. That looks gas. Hell yeah. Very fucking cool. That's really cool. Maybe it should just say task like this. Yo, Bennett, dog. What is happening, big homie? Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. Aw, twice, bro? Thank you, man. What the fuck? Aw, look at you guys go crazy. Thank you so much, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. I'm Bethuel. How was your stream, Bennett? People don't appreciate us whistlers? For real, what the fuck is that? Come on. So many crabs. Oh, the crabs. Insanity, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Bennett, I low-key really want to show you what it is that I've been working on, because I think you'd appreciate it the same way I do. I love Greystone Warfare, okay? And I love it so much that I've done something that's like, it's kind of fucking stupid, but it's really cool. Oh, wait, what'd you say again? Lucan Games, thank you so much for the follow. It started out rough. Oh, no, how so? But in the strong, goddamn right, motherfucker. Yeah. Glad to hear it. Let's see it. Okay, well, I feel like I need, because it's a lot, okay? If I can just have your attention for like 10 minutes or so. Maybe less. Hopefully less. Hopefully way less. Sir Manbeard, I very much appreciate your follow. Thank you. Namaste. Let me see here. Where do I start? So, if I just switch... Oh, I should probably say this first. If you're Mithras, if you are Mithras and you want like a Mithras specific community, you found it. Join Element-1. Okay? This is it. Element-1, bro. The time and effort I put into this little community, bro, is boom. Nah, man. I'm doing my best to make it cool to be Mithras. Martin, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show, man. It's been a minute. Martin, I'm so sorry. Bro, we were supposed to hang out this weekend, right? What the fuck? I completely forgot. Did you forget too? And because I don't think you reached out, did you? Crimson all day, baby. Yeah, no, I know. So, well, actually, Crimson all day. So wait, okay, you guys are gonna have a fucking field day with this. Or like vice versa. We'll see. Anyway, I wrote lore for Element-1, right? Oh, thank you so much for your follow, man. I appreciate that. He's on your Steam. Oh my god, I think so. No, I'm gonna try and stay on track here. Okay, so Element-1, it's a SOU. It's a Special Operations Unit. Okay, and yeah, it's super covert. Nobody knows about it except like Mithras High Command, right? How to full roll cage til din fucking bil, dude. I was censored. Sorry, I'm switching very briefly over to Danish there and then back. So check this out. Mithras specific community here, right? I feel like I need to go here to really show you. So there's a couple of things I feel like I need to start with. For example, the lore, right? No, maybe I should start with like the graphics I've made. I think that would be the coolest spot to start. So, Element-1 as a whole is just a unit of 4. 4 different people: Overwatch, Breacher, Support, and Medic. That's it. That's Element-1. Okay, that's it. Those are the 4 roles. When you join the Discord, this is our patch, by the way. The amount of time that I've spent on this, bro, it's ridiculous, but I'm so satisfied with the outcome. So you join the Discord. What it looks like is actually like this. You know, you join, blah, blah, blah. Which is your primary unit role, right? So you choose here: Medic, Support, Breacher, Overwatch. I'm a Breacher, so I like that. Next, which region do you reside in? I'm from Europe, so there you go. Rules, because obviously you got to have those or somebody's going to be like, oh, but the rule didn't say it. Bennett, trust me when I say you've seen fucking nothing. It goes so deep. Well, you've seen half of it maybe. But anyway, you know, there's a short introduction here. Oh, so now we're 4. Your name is your name, right? Once we leave this FOB, there's no contact to Mithras or close air support or nothing, you know, except for when we exfil, we have Raven on standby. There's no team lead. We're expected to figure it out. So I hope you're not a total fucking jackass. Come meet the team. I love this. And then, you know, you can go and I created our own barter area, and I really took my sweet time to make sure that everything was on par with what it needs to be. This doesn't have to be Mithras specific. This is obviously for any, you know, faction, because I feel like we should definitely be able to like coexist faction-wise in the Discord. The lore says otherwise, and I'm getting to that. There's even a template here, whereas when you just click this little button right here, it actually copies this whole thing, which makes it easy for when you gotta like create sell something. You can obviously just delete whatever you don't want to have in there, come up with a funny title, be sure to post the picture, and then call it a day, right? So there's this. Oh, yeah, I know. So I've made music for many years, and I've played games for many years, and I used to rap. I can cue one of my songs if you guys are interested. Real fast. Let me just do that. Fuck it. Let's do Fuego is alright, I guess. But yeah, sell things, give things away, etc. Then you also have media. This is where things get pretty cool, right? So a couple of different things that you can like post about here. Weapon crafting, for example. Night ops, and I even wrote it in a way so that it says Element-1 use equipment of all kinds. They often share their loadouts through images/videos, so other standard MSS units may take inspiration if they can afford it. Like, I'm trying to make it like lore friendly, you know. My money don't jingle, it falls. But then obviously down here it says like the real purpose of it, and then people can, you know, share ideas or whatever they've come up with for like different type of you know. And we take our shit pretty serious, bro. We don't build that fucking meta bullshit. We don't give a fuck about the meta, bro. We care about looking swag as shit. That's it. Nothing else, bro. I love it. Even, oh, this gun is so sick, dude. I gotta actually build this in game. So, then I'm working on this new thing here, where you know how like you got that you typically have to like go online in case you want to like figure out. I bet you were so relieved when you. Yeah, yeah, dude. Simon says, "What's up, brother? Welcome to the stream." Yeah. Well, so actually, Sir Manbeard, I'm not quite done yet. I still have things I really want to finish. For example, but most of it is required, is dependent on how many boosts I have. I'm trying to see if I can exceed level 2, just like like we're at 6 right now, but I know not all of them are probably gonna stick around. But like, there's a banner here I want to get up. There is a like, even for, like, let's say the different roles there is, I want to have like icons per role. You can only do that at level 2. The boosting thing here. Hey, Reverse, what's up, man? But here comes the funny part, right? So if I just go completely out of this, and I go to server guide, and I click on, right, so you also have a, brief description of each role and what they do and what they mean. Then you have rules, obviously. Then you got lore, right? And I redacted everything because I feel like that makes so much sense. But yeah, this is where I'm the most excited. Let me just clear all this out. Inside Discord? Oh, this is all Discord. Yeah. It's all Discord. Wait, what? Mapes, how come? Yeah, I'm hell bent. Killed your imaginary friend. Quoted in all vicinities, change music and leave behind a world full of mini-me's. Nope, I'm trying to make a life. Right, so classified eyes only, MSS High Command. Origins. In late, so hold the fuck on, alright? I'm gonna read this out. But already now, like, I think I've showed you everything that I've got, so if you don't want to stick around and watch it, I totally understand, because it's a lot, right? But I'm so excited. It's locking my cursor to the center of my monitor and flashing the cursor on and off. That's wild. I didn't know you had much side editing. Oh, you can do a lot. Yeah, you can do a lot of really cool things. Man, I get Tinkle's unveiled redacted info, right? Oh, unveiling. Yeah. So check this out. I tried to integrate it as much as I could with the actual lore of the game. Origins. In late 2024, MSS Command observed a surge in collateral damage attributed by CSI contractors. CSI ends justify the means approach, marked by indiscriminate. Wait, am I saying that right? How do you say that, actually? Hold up. This is where I really turn Danish. Hello? Whoops.
Indiscriminate.
Indiscriminate. I'm saying it right. Okay. Indiscriminate firefights, civilian casualties, and botched investigations threatened MSS's operational integrity and Lemang's fragile stability. To counter this, MSS High Command secretly authorized Element-1, a deniable 4-man Special Operations Unit, SOU for short, tasked with asymmetrical eradication of CSI operators, war criminals, who crossed... Wait, I gotta really do this. Hold the phone. Wait. Just give me 1 sec. 1 sec. I gotta set the tone. Here we go. Okay. That's very loud. 1 sec. Maybe that's like the good loud. Because I know it'll turn down for you guys. Okay, yeah, this is good. Okay. Secretly authorized Element-1, a deniable 4-man operations unit. Right. Asymmetrical eradication of CSI operators, war criminals who crossed into moral oblivion. Unlike standard MSS units, Element-1 operates under TZP, Tier 0 protocols. No comms traces, no biometrics logged, no after-action reports beyond verbal debriefs. Their existence is scrubbed from all known MSS databases, only known to MSS High Command. We're not heroes. We're the fucking cure. E13 call sign unknown post-op debrief. So we don't know who these people are. Okay. Doctrine. Rules of engagement. Avoid LRI, Lamang Recovery Initiative personnel unless fired upon. LRI's humanitarian focus makes them ideological allies, but their non-violent stance against CSI's atrocities forced Element-1 into the open with one task. Let me max the volume helicopter. Hold my beer. Right. Neutralize CSI elements engaged in non-combatant collateralization through precision kinetic action. Unit. Element-1 operates as a 4-man ghost cell, optimized for surgical strikes behind CSI lines. Each member was handpicked from MSS blacklists operators deemed too effective to discharge and too unstable to deploy conventionally. Motto: fire and forget. A nod to their mission's discretion and finality. Identify, hunt, and eliminate rogue CSI operatives who have crossed the line. There are no assets, no interrogations. There is only finality. Okay, conclusion. Element-1 embodies MSS's duality. Yeah. Duality, and a PMC is built on a PMC built on brotherhood, yet reliant on deniable atrocities. Their operations leave no official record, only rumors of a phantom unit and CSI body bags. Mama Quack, I appreciate the follow. As Lamang's factions vie for Ground Zero's secrets, Element-1's existence ensures MSS remain the island's apex predator, efficient, feared, and forever stained. For the operatives of Element-1, there is no glory, no recognition, only redemption. Oh, sorry, no. There's no glory, no recognition, and no redemption. Only the mission, and the mission is clear. Hunt, kill, disappear. That is such a cool, thing to say when it's rhyming too. CSI will never see them coming. Lamang will never know they were there, and MSS will never admit they exist. So much fun, man. Join Element-1. Okay, it doesn't matter what faction you are. Hop in here, okay? Because yeah, let's do it. I need to make a thing where I have a role depending on which faction you are, so that you still get to be a part of it all. Yeah. But genuinely, when it comes to me actually playing the game, PvP or whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna still walk up to people and actually figure out if they're CSI or Lamang. If they're CSI, they're dead. I'm gonna I already got a fucking trained Overwatch on your face. You're dead. Okay. If you're dude, I'm so excited. I can't wait to start playing this game and really live. I LARP so hard, by the way. I fucking know. Newbie Timmy is the only way. Can you believe it? But yeah. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I need to put on another playlist than this. It's a little serious. We were listening to Sunrise Chills, right? Yeah, we were. I'm excited to launch it officially, but I've yet to pay for a bot lifetime. LARP is playtime and having fun for grown-ups. Go on. Dude, Simon, for real. I agree with that statement. I absolutely do. 100%. All right, so what was I doing? I was going through the tasks. Cash retrieval. Mithras. And then join this Discord. Just so many back-end things. As well as okay, so wait, let me be clear here, Simon. There's 3 different Discords, right? 3 different Discords that I run. I have Aegis, and I have Everyone, and I have Element-1. Everyone, Element-1. Oh no, people are probably gonna mistake those 2 for each other. So I'm gonna just like run them out here. So this is the Everyone Discord. This is the Element-1 Discord, and this is the Aegis Discord. So they're just all gonna run through here. You see that? I think so. Yeah. Everyone is like my personal Discord. Aegis is like a little course of related stuff only. And it's massive. Aegis is the biggest community I have. Element-1 is my new child, correct. It's my new side quest. I don't know if I actually sent you the invite, Simon, but the one that says Element-1 Discord, that's the one you need to join. Yeah. And then once we really start playing, dude, and we have fun and shit, I'm going to start using this. So that's where oh, I did? Yeah, then that's the one for sure. I'll have your video feed right here. Zoop, and I can zoom in whenever you're about to take a really cool shot. Oh, you had to reinstall the whole thing, Mabes? That's fucked up. Thankfully, it doesn't take long. That's not too bad then. But yeah, this bot that I need to afford here, it's a little expensive. But the only reason it's expensive is so that I don't have to pay a monthly subscription. They have like this thing where wait, what? Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. It's so much cheaper than it usually is. Okay, because there's 3 different ways to go about it, right? 2 of them are monthly subscriptions. 1 of them is a lifetime. Like you purchase one time and that's it. And it's $63. So I could wait until I'm paid because $63 is not really something I want to, you know. I may as well clean up my stash and throw some crap into the dono box I'm not using. Yeah, definitely, Mapes, for sure. Oh, wait. Mapes. Oh, yeah, so something else. Yo, boys. Okay, whoever's Mithras, if you guys are interested and you really want to, like, push the server and maybe have people, like, help me and the fucking dudes that run the server, what's it called? Like, populate it, we could probably do some giveaways in-game, you know? Because I think I'm going to give 100,000 away myself. I have 200,000, so it's not much. It's something. But I want to give 100,000. Yeah, drop parties, dude. Yes, bro. So like, do something where, you know, if as long as people join and then maybe do something like, for example, like join and then give the Discord a month of your nitro boost, like just one of your nitro boosts. That if you do that, the first, let's say like the first 3 or the first one that does that, get 100,000, right? Or something. And if there's other people that does it too, they can get other rewards, or maybe there's a couple of you guys that wouldn't mind, you know, helping out with something like that. I don't know. It'd be so cool to do something like that. Damn it. I'm out. Done and done. You found these? These what? I should start playing the game instead of like doing all these shit. These nuts. I don't know if I'm satisfied with the task with the guide master. That's what I should call him, not guide master. He should be called taskmaster. Yeah, that's it. Yes, Steven, yes, dude. Oh my god, that would be so cool, bro. Like just a massive giveaway. That if people join and they boost and shit, that'd be so cool. I'd be so sick. Right, so now it's called Taskmaster. Yeah. Right. So this would be, you got They should probably just be called like operatives of Element-1, Discord management, and then you have other roles. Well, no, because these two are management. Yeah. So these are management. These are what? Steven, you are a madman. I love it. Fuck yeah, bro. We'll figure something out. Because I think I'm at a point where we're going to start needing the boosts. Or I'm going to... Maybe I need to wait until I can actually afford the bot and then purchase it. It's not like I can't afford it now. It's just like it would be extremely... what's it called? It'd be super irresponsible of me of doing that. Purchasing it now. But if we can... you guys are, by the way, if you guys like really want this server out there and maybe you want to, you know, spend a bit of your own hard-earned money on this, feel free to drop a subscription or something, or a dono even. By the way, other roles. Yeah. Oh. Just call it that for now. Or even certain hard-to-obtain keys could be dropped. Yeah, that too. Holy shit, Steven. Man, I mean, fuck, dude. It's all there for the taking. Other roles. I love the MSSPMC investor, bro. That shit's so funny. Oh, well. I don't know why I did it like that. I could just have done... Yeah. You know what'd be cool if I did this. And then I did this. Boom. Oh. Then I did that. Boop. Boop. Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Fuck, dude. That really makes me want to do it. I think Taskmaster works all right. I think we're just going to keep it the way it is. This icon makes sense. Yeah. Guide Master. Whoops. Changing that real fast. Still getting used to my keyboard. Boop. Other roles. Should I make because maybe I should. If I collide these two into a smart object, I copy that layer star and I paste it on here, and I throw that underneath and delete this group. And I, maybe even better, I just take these two Bat-T boys here, turn both of them white, and I layer those right there on top. I delete this as well, and I take these three and turn those into a smart object. Boom. Then I can go E1 dash task Master. All right. What the fuck was the thing that I wanted to do just now? Whoops. Ugh, that's annoying. Also, I'm sorry if people are hoping for some Greystone Warfare gameplay. I promise I will. Oh, it's almost 4 p.m. Shit. My girlfriend might get home soon, and whenever she's home, I'm probably gonna stop playing. Well, streaming. But well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, because here is actually what I want to do. If I go back here and I go in here and I grab, let's say this, right? How big is this? It's not that big. Shit. But if I just grab this and I keep an extra layer of that and I copy this and I throw this in here, right? It's really that tiny. Fuck. I might have to trace it then. Damn. Fuck. Shit. Let's see how it goes. Oh, I know what's going on. I don't know, maybe that kind of works. And then you also had the Crimson Shield, where I would probably just grab the globe here in the middle. All right, say less. Simon, have a good one, bro. Yeah, we should definitely hop on a call at some point. Let me know if you're playing the game randomly and I'm live too. Don't hesitate to reach out and be like, yo, let's co-stream. I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that. So if that's something you're down for ever, just let me know. Have a good one, though. I'll talk to you later, brother. I don't know. Maybe this works. It just really sucks. It's that tiny. Maybe I just got to trace it real fast. I could do that. Whoops. Ah, so it can do it like that. In that case. I don't know if you can even do this, but I'm trying it now. It's a new method, I guess, that I'm now doing this in. I'll keep that in mind, mate. Would love to try some games with you. So I'll look into the game again. Dude, hell yeah. You're going to love it. Don't worry, B-sides doesn't matter. No, it's the way you use it, right? Oh! Dude, I swear, if this is another... It is. That's crazy. I don't know how I'm still getting these people in my fucking DMs. I think what I'm doing here is possible the way I think it might be possible, but I'm not too sure. Regardless, we are gonna figure that shit out. Can you stop doing that? Thank you, my good sir. This is taking longer than I thought it would. Mm. What? Oh. I was about to say the fuck. Oh, that's... Huh. I won't be able to do that. I may have found possibly the best 2-car garage bee. How nice. How nice. Fuck. Let's see it.
I feel sorry for Skepta. That guy never used to sound like Skepta. Now that guy sounds like Skepta. So much you would have thought that guy was Skepta. Hey, I feel sorry for my man. My man never used to sound like my man. Now my man sounds like my man.
All right.
So much you would have thought my man was my man. Yo, I feel sorry for that guy. That guy never used to sound like that guy. Now that guy sounds like that guy. So much you would have.
I don't know about the K-Man, but E92 is always gas. That looks nice. I like that. God damn. It's got a whole ass lift kit on that motherfucker. Holy shit. Big old motherfucker right there, boy. Yeah. I gotta figure this part out, man. My God has a telephone. No, 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 no. Why the fuck? Oh God, I'm gonna let it. That's so horrible. I think I'm gonna try and do something like this. Hate areas like this. My God has a telephone. Yeah, I think that might work. Ah, damn it. Democracy yet again. It's rather foolish. And boop. That took a minute. Which one is it again? Paint bucket. There it is. Yeah, it's much cleaner than that. So much more clean. That's good. Yeah, Saint is all right. Saint coming in from the right with the full on. Actually, such a Saint move, dude. What's up, Saint? I'm using it for something else, which I'm not using it for anymore, so I might as well shut it down. How you feel now, huh, Saint? Are you just sitting there, just going crazy? Actually. He's having a full blown aneurysm right now. This song is so gas. Oops. I like using my pen tool in here, man. Well, it's the other way around. Heart attack. Another one. Yeah. Sucks to be you, huh, Saint? Fuck. Thank you, Saint. You have a nice stream, nerd. That's fine, is it not? Fuck. I hate how it almost cuts it all, like cuts it off here entirely, but not really. That really bothers me, man. But I think maybe if I do, no, because that would ruin the integrity of all the other icons I've done. If you ask me, I was contemplating doing this, but that would really ruin the integrity of all the other icons I've done. Because then I'd also have to go do modify, smooth, and then do 200 on that. And then you got this bullshit. I don't know, man. Maybe just the move. It definitely stands out better now. No. Looks better. There's a more defining cutoff. It's just on the other ones, like if I do this, you can tell this space is not as wide as, for example, this space, right? So if I do anything, you know what? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're not. Let's do expand. 150 OCs. Yeah. Maybe. Well, if I do this, and I do this, and then I do... That's... Okay, so if I plus it... It's so hard to nail, bro. Even this. God damn. You see what I mean, Jordan? It's gonna look like shit. But fuck. If I do something else, I do something that's extremely difficult and annoying to do. So I'm really on the fence of that one. I think I might just settle with this. Which looks fine, by the way. Like, it's fine. Fuck it. Yeah. It's fine. Let's try it. Mithras. So now we have Lamang. Wait, did I just type out Larmang? I think I did. Whoops. Lamang. And then we do. Oh. I feel like I need to do a. Yeah. And then I do. Well, it's one more time. Oh. Assets. Greystone Warfare. That's kind of a problem. Shit. I wonder if I can just enhance it. Be so cool if we could use AI to just make it ginormous. Nope. Fuck. Maybe if I, Fuck. That's gonna be trouble. Damn it. We need all three. We need all three factions. By the way, wait a minute. Maybe Lamang should be like a different color too. I wonder what color they already are. That doesn't look right. It looks kind of cool, don't it? Yeah, that's dope. I fuck with that. Because then you have Mithras, Lamang, and then obviously Crimson should be red. But I'm trying to think how I want to incorporate it. Oh shit, Mapes, really? Holy fuck. Fuck yeah, dude. All the donations. Oh my god. I just noticed something. Oh no, dude. Did I grab the wrong one? I think I did. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. There's no fucking way. Oh well. That means I'm gonna have to do this. And then do that. I wonder if I can just... Oh, I can. Yeah, that works out all right. Yeah, that's actually not bad. That makes it look even better. Plus this shit up here gets to be normal again. That is so much better. Boop. That's really good. Bro barely had any space left. I needed to clear the stash for loot runs. Banshee requires nearly 900k in my head. Holy fuck, Maves. I think maybe, I don't know if loot runs is something people are super interested in, but I think there's a couple of dudes that would love to do that with you. If you guys want to sit in Element-1, I might even tag along. But I don't know. I messed up hard with man. Oh, really? Like that hard? I need to reach out to somebody here. To be honest, I wouldn't mind helping you get tasks out there, lol. No, I'm all right. I got a couple missions left, I think. I made it pretty far now. Where am I headed? Because we got the faction logos here. But aren't these... Yeah, they are. Oh, company logos. Yeah, I probably... Oh, wait a minute. I probably need to fucking do something with these. Ah, that's so cool. CEO portrait. Hell yeah. Mare grabas. Yeah, I probably need to grab these and do something with them. Oh, this black one's cool. I wonder what their webs... Okay, they used the white one, which is the one I didn't download just now, was it? Okay, but that's the one they use. So this one don't matter anymore. I'm not about to trace this. I gotta remove this from the playlist, bro. I just love running into that song. It's so much fun. It's also that tiny? Why are they so tiny? What? Why? I can't even do that. I have to do its own separate thing, if anything. Damn it. However, this one's much easier to actually trace. I mean, I could literally just recreate this whole thing. Maybe I should. Yeah, maybe I should. Shit. Wait a minute. Okay. Wait, what? Yo, what? You seeing that? Their logo is not accurate. Well, you know, it's probably just old. And nobody really had the time to... Oh, no, it's me. I'm the dude doing some dumb shit here. Wait, where am I going? I gotta set this to... That's where I put it, right? And where the fuck... Oh. Okay, now I'm really confused. Oh my god, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, wow, that was what I was doing. So this one goes to how much? How much was it? 940 something. I think we've all agreed on 45. There you go. And then that means I need to hold down Alt while I move this to 945. There you go. What? How the all right. See? It's being an asshole. Why the fuck are you doing this? Why is it doing that? Okay, yeah. It's perfect. It's totally fine. What the fuck? I do, however, want to check one thing. Okay, so even... Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Poopy dad do people boo de poopy daddy people boo da poopy daddy people boo da poopy dad do people boo de poopy daddy people boo da poopy dad do people boo to.
That's so fucked. That is so fucked. Hey, Dano. What's up, brother? Honestly, I'm not about to do all this. Fuck that. But I might do this. Boop. To the move to the beat. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Oh shit, look at this, boys. Check this out. That's cool, bro. They're noticing. They're seeing it and they're like, damn. Ah, damn. God damn. Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But it gets better. Fuck, man. That's so cool. Proper company, dude. No, I don't think so. I'm really not that skilled anyway. I wish. Fuck, I wish, dude. Holy shit, do I wish that was the case. Damn, that'd be so insane. Fuck. That would be so fucking cool, dude. 150. Maybe if I do... I gotta really use my brain here. Oh, boom. Done. Easy. All right, that's cool. And then we give it the... probably need to give this the same color that this white is. Which is just very white. Okay. And then the background, which would then be, I guess, this one. I can duplicate that. Throw it up here. This one is just like, doesn't matter. This one, however, needs to be this color. Yeah, that looks cool. Or maybe it doesn't. And maybe I need to like remove, yeah. I definitely need to remove this, but then keep the rest. I think. I don't know about this little... It's kind of hard. I don't know. It's just the mouth. What do you mean? It's their icon. If I do it with this thing around it, it makes sense for this icon, and this icon. But I don't know. I probably have to see it below. What do you mean? Wow, how the fuck did you spot that? That's so impressive, Jordan. Good job. Holy shit. I know what that is, and we can easily remove it. I just need to do this, and then do that, and then also do right? Yeah, now it's gone. Yeah, it's Photoshop doing a big haha funny. But I fixed it thanks to you, dude. Good job. Spotted that real nice. I don't know if I like the thing here, but I feel like there's only one way to really find out, and that's by integrating it. But now I kind of have another idea, because what if I straight up just did this, right? What if I did left? What if I created a new layer, then went here, clicked on this, and clicked on this, grabbed my paint bucket, and then boom. Then made another layer, or deselected all of that. Boom. I don't even know why I would select an additional layer for that. There's no reason for that. You have a good vision? Hell yeah, man. Good shit. Because then I would make it this color. And then the eye could be white. Oh, that's why I wanted to make it its own separate thing. Whoops. I gotta remember it's W. Oh my god, if I just knew that, that would be so much easier. What the fuck is this? This is G. Daylight. Whoops. Because then I could make this eye boy here. I could make it all. Could make that white. I don't know what that would look like. I doubt it'll. It doesn't look good. It looks horrible. So this is going to be the way. If anything, I could make this one red. Ooh, now we're cooking. Yep, that's it. Hi, Scott. Welcome in, baby. Let's go. Yeah, this is good. I like it a lot. I need this color as well. Scatter bears. So I can go do this. I think that's the way they do it. And then put that right there. No, this should be put somewhere here. Yeah. Frøs du skattebasse, mand? Hold kæft, mand. Because then... I think I did that on purpose, yeah. So you can tell that that icon here isn't actually what I want it to be, and I'm really sad about that, but it's whatever.
Are you sad, baby?
What?
Are you sad?
No. If I'm sad, I'm alright.
You said you were sad.
I said I was sad? No. Ah, no, I'm not sad. No. Not like that sad.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Scad. Haft en god dag.
Træt. Træt i mit univers.
Hvad siger du? Skal vi have chicken paradise igen i dag?
Jeg troede jo, at jeg havde købt pulled chicken, og jeg havde købt pulled pork igen.
Det var godt. Det er sådan, jeg kan huske det. Jeg ved ikke, om du kender de der memes, hvor der er en fed kvinde, der siger, ej, jeg bestilte jo en salat. Og så er det, nej, står der så bare.
Is it true beef that'll be doing the pulpit stuff?
Amber, hvem er Amber? Nå, så, vent lidt, så du ved, hvem det er? Ej, hvor langt ude.
Hun har bestilt en veggie sandwich og en
Ja!
apple.
Lie. So much funny. So much funny. So much fun. Is it true, Beef, that you be doing the pooping stuff? I do the pooping and the stooling and the scooping and the peeping. I am the peepus snipper guy. That's me. Peener snipper guy. Yep. Do 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 do. Peener snipper guy. Well, this kind of turned into a work stream instead of what I wanted it to be. So that's unfortunate. But the theme for the next year's Eurovision song contest is "We Are Blank." Peener snipper guy is a local Jewish doctor. Oh my God. A 12-foot specter of bone. What the fuck? That's so crazy. The fuck you want with my peen/is? Yeah. Yeah, beach. Yeah, beach. Okay. I think I know what I need to do, boys. I think I just need to fucking finish this, and once it's finished, then we play games. Okay? Scepter? It didn't say scepter? Or do you mean mispronounce? Did I mispronounce it? Did I say specter? Shame on me. Shame on me. Scepter. I was about to say it again. You said specter and it said scepter. Yeah, a horrible, horrible person here. Horrible dude. Because I gotta know you. I mean, B, you were incredibly. You were typing incredibly. I wasn't. Where? When? It's okay. I blame my buddy Patty. His dyslexia is too contagious. I might actually be dyslexic a little bit. Even my girlfriend makes fucking fun of me all the time. She's like, bro, how the fuck do you keep doing this dumb shit? Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, bro, leave me alone. You're so evil. Okay, but that looks pretty cool. Matt Finger Games. Ta-da. Nah, you're just becoming a proper American? Oh, God, no. Please, no. Bleaches, snoggings. Cause I gotta know you. Hvad siger du, Skan? Er det rigtigt? Hvad gør vi ved det?
One peanut snipper got one, you peanut.
I love the Kanye call-outs. They're funny. They misspell shit themselves. Incredible. Incredible. Do 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 do. Yeah, Kanye is crazy, bro. We just witnessed that again. Like it wasn't already a surprise to every a thing. A surprise to what the fuck? I'm excited to write all the tasks down, but I really genuinely think that this is gonna take way too long for me. Man. Oh man. Goddamn man. Kind of makes good music. That's about it. Well, he doesn't even make good music anymore, bro. He just creates trouble, like really, really bad, not good trouble at all. Yeah, that's true. Yep. Mithras se se Wait a minute. Something's wrong here. Okay. And then that would be this color. And also maybe that should be uppercase. This is Lamang Recovery Inishi. Yes, Element-1. T. I don't know how to spell. Fuck my life. Initiative. See, I knew I was close. It is Recovery Initiative, right? So we gotta do I don't have the Mithras thing, so for now let's just do this. Then do Mithras security systems. In you get to choose I fucking guess. What are you guys talking about? What are you talking about? I swear, dude, if I sit in the menu any longer, I'm going to end up taking a nap on my keyboard. Wait, Mapes, are you just waiting on me? Don't wait on me. Wait, I feel like this keeps happening. Boys, don't wait on me. Just play. I hope you're not waiting on me. The missile always knows where it is because it doesn't, because it knows where it isn't. That's Kanye. Oh my God, really? Yup, definitely my time. Slept like crap. Oh no. Boys, don't wait on me. Was that a clipboard to retype what you had to all caps B? Yes. Come on, man. Wake up a later dehydrated as a... Yeah, if you want to play the game, go play the game. I'm not currently playing the game. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh no. Oh no. Please, please. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yep. Maybe I do need to make it a different color than this. Make it just not white. Maybe the black is a really good idea. Hey, Lent. Be nut hopping on GZW. I mean, I'm in the game. I'm in the menu right now, but I don't think I'm gonna play. I think I will. I think I'll figure all this out first, because I know once I'm done with all of this, then I can play. Then I can like really sit down and actually game. You know. Skal jeg slukke skærmen? Okay. Chicken burger. Men har vi så har vi ikke kyllingebøffer? Vi har kun har vi ikke kyllingebøffer? Åh nej. Jeg hader fucking det der lortekød der. Fuck. Men kan jeg lige hente et eller andet så? Altså bøffer? Hvad? Hvad? Om jeg kan købe en bøf mere? Hvad er det, du siger? Slap af. Repeat. Amen. Så i stedet for så skal jeg sidde og vente på, at du bare gentager. Hvad er det, du siger? Mener du seriøst det? Oh my fucking god, dude. Anyway. My girlfriend is full of shit, man. I'll just do this. Boop. Yeah. Du kan selv lade nogle kæmpe ører, mand. Ja. Den er god med dig, du, mand. Det er fordi, man snakker sådan her, så mumler. Ja. Pis mig i øret. Spasser røv. I think I'm gonna save this. No, it shouldn't be blue. It should be green. Like a really cool green. No, we just talk shit to each other, really. We always talk shit. We love each other like that. I'm like, man, fuck you. And she's like, man, fuck your mom. And I'm like, what'd you say about my mama? And then we don't fight. We just laugh at each other and have a good time. It's great. Life's great. Yerbers.
Hvad blev vi enige om så den der onsdag der? Eller hvad?
Med min fars fødselsdag? Jamen, altså, at vi nok bare tager det op og spiser, og så tager vi hjem. Og så finder de selv på noget. Sorry for all the Danish boys. Nå, jamen, altså, du kan også godt blive væk. Ja. Ja. See? So much better. So much better. Oh my god. Infinitely better. That's really good. But then if you have any of these three roles, you don't have access to the entire server except for maybe something else. That'd be cool. Or maybe not. Maybe it should just be a community of like people. Toxic Jordan, Jake in my head. The cool part about speaking other languages is you talk the most disgusting things and they wouldn't understand. I never really do that, I think. Do I? Because I always just try and teach people to say one thing in Danish, and it's not even that bad, but it's just funny. It's like a funny sentence. And it goes, Du lukker bare bøtten, man. Let me literally pull up Google Translate. So check this out. This is what it means, okay? Du lukker bare bøtten, man. Oh. Whoa. What the fuck? I don't know why it translates to it translates to you just shut the fuck up, man. And that's really not like it's I don't know why that's so aggressive. Yeah, I have no idea why that it's not that aggressive in real life. In real life, it's just like, hey man, you just shut your mouth. You know, I feel like that's the better translation, yeah. Listen, I play CSGO and currently play Siege. Oh my god, yeah. It's true, they're talking shit about us. Kay was right. You just shut the fuck up, man. But it just, like, can you imagine telling somebody like this and then it just means, hey, you should just be quiet, man. But the way you say it is, Du lukker bare bøtten, man. It's hilarious. And stupid. I'm taking this song off the fucking playlist. Next. That's such a bad song now. Hate it. I need to come up with like an investor icon as well. Because this should be the Mithras Security Systems icon. What's a really cool looking investor icon? Let's go find one. Money. Moolah. Exchange skill. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I think so too. I think you're right. Sounds like some Indian dude in the UK taking a shit to talking shit to another. I thought you said taking a shit on another dude. I was about to say, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck? My girlfriend currently have this insane obsession with chicken burgers. It's all we've eaten for the past 3 days. Like, or 4 or 6 or 7 days. Something like that, right? She's like, I mean, I guess so, yeah. I don't really have a say in it because she's the one that is in charge of all the food making. I have offered to make food before. She's like, I think that's because she doesn't trust my abilities, and that's I'll take it. You know, I'd always want her food in comparison to mine. I can make okay food, I think, but they're never gonna be me quality. I feel like they're just getting worse at this point. All these different icons. Is there not like a good money icon? The food tastes better when someone else cooks it, and the taste Oh, and tastes the best when the dishes are done by someone else too. My girlfriend was like, "Yes." Yeah, maybe that's true. I don't even feel that anymore. I barely take care of the kitchen at this point too, which is a bit of a problem, I admit. Not that I don't want to. But yo, can we all Chet, let's agree on one thing real fast, okay? I absolutely need you guys' take on this. When you make food, do you also clean up at the same time so the cleanup isn't as bad as it would have been? You don't get... Ved du hvad? Selv hvis jeg gjorde det, skænd, så har jeg fandme gjort det. Jamen, det behøver ikke at være så... She's coming over. Oh, I thought she came over here to read the chat. I do it after? You do it after? Wait, see, that's my point. Isn't that the norm? That's what I'm saying. To let the food cool down? Oh, you mean like... Oh, okay, no. So, here's my point, right? If I walk over there after the food is served, there's like crumbs and shit fucking everywhere. Even trash. Trash. You know? What the fuck? Just throw it out when you have it in your hands. Come on. Can't believe it. Can you believe it? I'm such a unthankful piece of shit boyfriend right now. I love your food, babe. Thank you so much for making it. Yeah. Yeah, you see what I mean, bro? But no. I'm just happy. Happy guy. Clean as you go. Yep. Right there with you. Are you guys making 7? Du skulle da heller ikke. Det gør du da ikke. Du laver 2. Udover grøntsagerne. Ja, det er det, jeg mener, skat. Men du sviner helvede til, selvom du... She's sad now. Don't be sad, baby. Oh no. Ved du hvad, skat? Jeg skal nok gøre rent efter dig lige meget hvad, du. I love you. Thank you for making food. Ooh, that's a good icon. Not all of it. No. So my point is, like, I don't clean all of it when I'm making my food. I'll still have something to clean once I'm done, but I don't, like, I'm not messy when I'm done making food, regardless of how much food I have to make. Does that make sense? Do you wipe after the single poo fall out or if all of it falls out? Sure, good point, but I don't really feel like that can be compared. Taking a shit and making food. Or maybe it can. Maybe I'm just being delusional here. I don't know. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, no, I'm not comparing it. Okay, sweet. Gotcha. Skiddy beady feedy bleedy sneedy. Go til morgen. Yibbers. Boop, boop. Nice. Do 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 do. Oh, it was just a rant. Oh, I see now. Yeah. London Underground. Yeah. He's going crazy. What's he going to use it for? What's going on? And then the only thing I use it for is literally just to grab. Because, like, you see this? Hold on, let me show you. You see how, like, I can grab these things down here? Now, if I take this whole SVG into Photoshop, it's going to grab this little bullshit down there, too. What I need is I need this, this, and that. And that's all I need. So that this can always be centered. This can. Right? But I can't. Oh, my God. And I guess I need fucking this and this. And this too. So now it's a big ass size, which means it'll fill it out once I'm in here. Yeah. And then I need to go to not resources, not onboarding, not barter, not thumbs either. Huh. Let me think. Not unit rolls. You know what? Let me just place it so that it's in here. London Underground. Now, I'm a little... Shit. No, that means I gotta use the big one. So I might as well make a copy of this, I think. And then go drag this all the way down to here. Delete that. Make it visible. Call it Investor. And then do... What more do I need to... Oh, okay. So I do need to align it with... Oh, no. It's good where it is. And then I do... First, I need to definitely, like, change the color of it. And I like this black where it's a 10, 10, 10. Baby. Ow! Mit fucking hole, man.
Jeg ledte efter dem her, ikke?
Ja.
Og så lige på Asos, så havde de dem, ikke? Og så
Ja.
kun i min størrelse havde de dem til halv pris. I alle de andre størrelser havde de til normal pris.
Lol. Oh my god. Oh, den var fandme hård, mand. Oh, did somebody see that?
Alex, latterligt.
Det gjorde så ondt. Jeg fik et chok. I've never had static electricity like that. What the f...
Jeg kaster dem.
Jeg kan det lide. Ej, de er fede. Oh my god. De er da fede. Det er sejt med de der 3 layers der. My girlfriend purchased these. Look. If you can see them.
Cool, man.
So cool. Attempted murder. Ja. Jeg tror ikke røre dig mere. Hvordan gør du det der?
Det er hver aften.
It's every night recently.
Så først ud.
Ja.
Jeg tror måske, det er sofaen, faktisk.
Det kan godt være.
Og ikke tæppet.
Ja, det tror jeg, du har ret i.
Så skal jeg have en ny sofa, fordi det kan jeg jo ikke bruge med. Altså,
Okay.
jeg kan ikke få stød hver dag.
Nej, det er sgu da rigtigt. She's like, now I have to purchase a new sofa. Which I'm not super against. That'd be awesome, to be honest. I'm really tired of that sofa myself. Do 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 do. Bum bum ba da da. Okay, so boom. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Select modify. Hi, baby.
Jeg fik lyst til at lave Sims. Og sådan bare have fri i morgen, og så bare gå sidde hele aften.
Yeah. Chatbass. Det kan bare være hyggeligt. My girlfriend wants to do Sims stuff, she said. Screen sit? Sir. I meant sir. I swear. Too late now. What? This looks horrible. Maybe if I just turn it a little bit. Something like... Fuck. This? Shit. Kill a little scan. På mad. My girlfriend's bored. She's like, I want food. Congrats, you made it look worse. Yeah, I think you're right. Fuck my life. Double fuck. That's not gonna look great either. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh, maybe that kind of works. Yeah, maybe that's actually good. It does look better. And Lint agrees. Vad ska jag? Vad vill du se? Vad vill du se? Se det till mig. Jo, vad så? Oh. Bye-bye. I think the way you had it before was this one was better. I no. You can't tell it's two different entities. Here you can tell. Nice. Oh. Jeppers. Okay, farewell. I love it when my girlfriend just wants attention, and then I give it to her, and then she's happy, and then she leaves. Not that I want her to leave. I love it. I love when she's around. It's a good time. Maybe a different one then. Fuck. I'm trying to make my job easy and make this less painful to deal with. You know what? I think I'm gonna go do this real fast because I saw this. And that could also work out. But maybe if I just wrote out coins, plural. Ooh. Ooh. You know what? Maybe these. Do 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 do. It's like it just turns into more shit. Yo. Okay. Let's try this one other thing. Yeah, it turns to shit. But maybe I'm smoothing it too much anyway. So if I do like, let's say a 50, yeah, maybe this might still make it look a little better. No, still too smooth, still too rugged. Too rugged. So what if we did another 50 then? That kind of works. And then maybe we make the color like, I don't even know. Like a goldish yellow. That's not goldish. Yeah, that's not gonna work out. Let's try this one. Fuck it. Oh, I thought my girlfriend was like right next to me. She wasn't. Oh, put it over here. I'm gonna boot this so it's easier. Do, 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 do. You know what? That totally works. That 100% works. Oh, whoops. Oh, it worked. Sick. Because then I need to figure out... Yeah, okay. We're good. This is good. This is good. Very good. Ja. Hvornår er der madskærm? Hvor mange minutter? 4 minutter. Har du det brændt? Nej, det gør jeg ikke.
Kan du godt få den der ind i munden?
Ja. Jeg var så lige ved at gøre det, bare sådan man er rømme. Nå. Nej. Jo, ja, det gider du stoppe for noget. My girlfriend's crazy. I love it. I don't know why, but the first thing that popped in my mind was when you searched for coins was Tazos. I don't know what that is. 50 gifted to put a whole mic in your mouth right now. How are you reading my girlfriend's mind? That's literally what she just asked me to do. I did it. 50 gifted, go. Asshole. No. What do you mean? No, not just a tip. That's crazy. I hate that I did that. Ewy. I've been doing so much crazy shit for this Greystone Warfare stuff, bro, and I can't stop. I love to make this community, and it's gonna be such a sick community. It'll be the perfect Mithras only community, man. It's gonna be great. Childhood toy thingies. Oh man. Yeah, I'm really happy. I gotta also do this now, cause we got which wait, am I spelling that right? I don't think I'm spelling that right. I am. What the fuck? Which private military company do you belong to? First answer. Security systems. What the fuck? It was Lemang. Am I spelling that right? I am. Adamanuskan? Yebbers. Because then it's here, but this needs to be probably the first question. Yeah. I'm obviously Mithras. That was weird. But then we have this too now. So now we got both. Yeah. Anyway, I need to make the last icon for CSI as well, so people can at least, like, you know, yeah, I feel like that's pretty important. I don't think I want to put the roles above. Should I even make these, bro? I'm not too sure. Oh well. Anyway, I need to go eat, boys. Thank you so much for watching. I love that I got 21 people just watching me fuck around in this stuff. I really appreciate that, dudes. All right, you guys are the best. And I hope to maybe go live later tonight too. I guess we'll see. 'Cause I was planning on chilling with my wonderful girlfriend, but I'm also very motivated to keep doing this stuff, even though I haven't really been doing anything else, and I'm scared I might really tire myself out randomly. But I guess we'll see. Thank you for watching. This was your host, Bethuel, homie guy. You guys are the best. Peace, love, and harmony. I am Oot.